Scream 6 was the second Scream movie I ever saw because I really wanted to see it at the time because it was coming to the theater. I don't think I'd been to a theater at that time in like a month or two just because not a whole lot of things had came out before it. Anyway, I did review Scream 6 previously on my channel back when it came out, but let's just talk about it freely now. So yeah, Scream, I will be honest, Scream 6 holds a very special place in my heart because that was the kind of the movie that really got me back into making YouTube videos and just having more fun making YouTube content. I made a couple of shorts of Scream 6 that got me in my channel's eyes, a ton of views. And so, yeah, Scream 6 just has a special place in my heart. I also saw it with 3 of my good friends. And it was so fun to watch it with them because we could laugh at these absurd moments and we could just look at each other and be like, this is ridiculous. Scream 6 is ridiculous, ridiculously fun. There's a moment, I don't think this is really a spoiler, but there's a moment where a character's on a ladder trying to cross like 2 buildings. And Scream, the Ghostface, he started shaking the ladder. And for some reason we just started dying laughing just because it was just so absurd to watch. And there's so many times where different characters get stabbed. I think we tried to count how many times Jenna Ortega got stabbed and she just essentially just walked it out. I believe that happens, in the final act. But there's a lot of good things about Scream 6. I think, like I said, it's just a blast. And when I can have a blast with a film, then that's where I can appreciate it, I don't really care how dumb it is or how stupid the writing might be because it's a Scream movie. Like I said in my Scream 5 review, for me it took a little while to warm up to the meta-ness, to the meta commentary and such like that in these movies. But once you kind of buy into it, I think that's where it becomes so much more enjoyable because you can kind of roll your eyes at it, but at the same time, you can just kind of enjoy it and have fun with it. And something else about Scream 6 is another moment in the theater where my buddy, he wasn't really used to these kind of movies or anything like that. He turns to me and he just goes, "This sucks." And I just started to chuckle. Although I do think the best sequence in Scream 6 is the convenience store sequence where Ghostface has a shotgun and he's like chasing Jenna Ortega and the other main character's name. I cannot remember her name for the life of me at the moment. But they're just there's two great sequences. It's the convenience store and the train. But in the convenience store, he's just trying to follow him around with a shotgun and they kind of have to like play, cat and mouse with him. Phenomenal sequence. Loved it. Just loved it. And then, of course, the subway train scene, also phenomenal. Tension is such a fun thing to try and play with in your horror movies and stuff like that, and I think it worked it did exactly what it needed to do. And you know what? The fact that I can still remember it just shows you how much I can appreciate it. So yeah, Scream 6, it's just, it's just fun. It just makes me smile. It just makes me think back to when I first saw it too. Like I said, that's something movies do. They can make you remember where you're at in your life or what you were doing, what you were thinking when you remember the first time you ever saw it. And so I think there will always be, that is something that's always going to make film special, I think. Depending on how much you love it and how much time and effort and energy you watch into putting into it, there's always something to remember about a movie. And to me, that's special, and to me, it just makes movies all the much more reason to watch. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.